Now there is a very long list of Ukrainian cities and towns where residential compounds were struck. Again, to check and to recheck the facts. Some people from my embassy live in the towns and cities which were struck by missiles. One of my diplomats lives in Chernihiv. Every time he's getting reports about heavy shelling and bombing of Chernihiv. Security guard of our embassy, Mr. Alexander, he lives in the western Ukraine. Even in western Ukraine, there was shelling of Vladimir Volensky. The list of towns and cities where residential compounds were shelled is very long. Very heavy destructions in Sumy, serious destructions in residential compounds in Kharkiv, very heavy damage in Akhtirka, Sumy region, Bucha, very heavy destructions on the outskirts of Kyiv.
And Ambassador, you were mentioning to me that Kharkiv is one of the areas where there's a large number of Indian students.
Both Kharkiv and Sumy, there is very high concentration of Indian students in Ukraine. By the way, these both cities within 50-70 kilometers from the Russian border.
And the point is this, that while India talks to Russia and obviously to Ukraine as well, the bombs don't discriminate. It attacks everybody.
Absolutely. Bombs don't discriminate. Yesterday was information that 10 Greek nationals were killed in shelling in Mariupol.
Right. And Ambassador, that said, your government is still, despite all the problems, trying to help the Indian students as they try and get out.
We are trying to do what is possible. I already shared with you the statement of Ministry of Foreign Affairs. I can assure you that some people, maybe for political means, maybe just to become for 5 minutes the star of YouTube, they're spreading and disseminating this false information. Me and my deputy, we are on regular contact with our border security forces. We are trying, it's not my direct responsibility. I was requested by Mr. Shringla, I was requested by many parents what kind of assistance we can give. Of course, we are trying to use our personal contacts. We are just trying to call some commanders of the border force. Basically, we understand and we know situation. Situation is extremely complicated. The amount of refugees now is approaching, or maybe already approached, 5 lakh people.
Right.
And this figure is growing up. 5 lakh. Among Ukrainians, there's absolute majority women, children, and elderly people. There are representatives of many, many nationalities, including diplomats, who are trying to get out of Ukraine through western border. Sometimes there are some panicky cases because you understand over concentration of people. People are in distress, fleeing from shelling, bombing. I understand the feeling of everyone. Everyone is trying to get out as soon as possible. Please understand that our border guards are also in distress.